He mocked me while I fought for our baby's life. The hospital room smelled of antiseptic and despair, a sterile tang that clung to my throat as I gripped Mia's tiny hand. Her chest rose and fell under the tangle of tubes, each breath a fragile victory against the fever that had stolen her color. I hadn't slept in 36 hours, my eyes burning, my heart a raw, pulsing wound. Across the room, Ethan lounged in a plastic chair, scrolling through his phone, his jaw tight with irritation. "You're overreacting, Claire," he said, not looking up. "She's fine. Kids get sick." His words hit like a slap, sharp and dismissive. I froze, my fingers tightening around Mia's, her skin fever-hot against my clammy palm. The beeping of the heart monitor filled the silence, steady but accusing. I wanted to scream, to shake him until he felt the terror clawing at my chest, but I swallowed it down. He'd been like this for weeks, distant, snappish, his eyes always elsewhere. I'd chalked it up to stress, to the endless hospital visits, to the weight of Mia's illness. But now, as he smirked at his phone, a cold prickle ran down my spine. Something was wrong. Something beyond Mia's fragile heart. The first hint had come a month ago, subtle as a shadow. Ethan had started taking calls in the garage, his voice low, muffled by the hum of the washing machine. "Work," he'd said when I asked. His smile too quick, too practiced. I'd nodded, ignoring the knot in my gut. Mia's diagnosis, congenital heart defect, a ticking bomb in her tiny chest, had consumed me. I didn't have the energy to question his late nights or the way his cologne smelled faintly of jasmine, a scent I didn't wear. But the signs piled up, each one a splinter under my skin. A receipt for a coffee shop we never visited, tucked in his jacket pocket. A text notification that flashed across his phone screen. "Can't wait to see you." Gone before I could confront him. I told myself it was nothing. I was exhausted, paranoid, projecting my fears onto a man who'd stood by me through 6 years of marriage, through Mia's birth, through every sleepless night. But doubt is a slow poison, and it was spreading. In the hospital as Mia slept, I watched Ethan. His thumb moved rhythmically over his phone, his lips twitching into a half-smile. My stomach churned. "Who are you texting?" I asked, my voice sharper than I intended. He glanced up, his eyes narrowing. "Nobody." "Jesus, Claire, can you lay off?" "I'm here, aren't I?" "Here." I gestured at the room, at Mia's monitors, at the 4 dripping into her arm. "You're here, but you're not here. You're checked out, Ethan. You've been checked out for weeks." He scoffed, tossing his phone onto the chair beside him. "You're delusional. I'm dealing with this shit too, you know. I don't need you playing detective." The word delusional echoed in my head, a blade slicing through my restraint. I wanted to believe him, to cling to the man who'd once held me through my father's funeral, who'd whispered promises of forever. But the jasmine scent lingered in my memory, and the truth was clawing its way to the surface. That night Mia's fever spiked. The doctors swarmed, their voices clipped, their hands moving with practiced urgency. I stood frozen by her bed, my heart pounding as they adjusted her oxygen, their faces grim. Ethan was gone. A quick coffee run, he'd said, but it had been an hour. I called him, my hands shaking. No answer. I texted, "Mia's worse." "Where are you?" "Nothing." By the time he strolled back, a paper cup in hand, Mia was stable again, but I was unraveling. "Where were you?" I hissed, my voice low to avoid waking her. "Getting coffee," he said, gesturing at the cup. "Calm down." "An hour, Ethan. An hour." Our daughter was. My voice broke, and I pressed my hands to my face, willing myself not to cry. He sighed, the sound heavy with exasperation. "You're making this harder than it needs to be," he said. "She's fine now, right? You don't need to hover like some martyr." I stared at him, my husband, my partner, and saw a stranger. The man who'd once carried Mia on his shoulders, who'd kissed my forehead and called me his anchor, was gone. In his place was someone cold, someone hiding something. The truth came at 2 a.m., when Ethan was asleep in the chair, his phone buzzing on the table. I don't know why I did it, maybe exhaustion, maybe desperation, but I grabbed it. His passcode was Mia's birthday, a detail that once felt like love but now felt like a trap. The messages opened to a name, Lauren. My heart stopped. "Miss you already," she'd written, followed by a heart emoji. Below it, a photo. A woman with dark hair, her lips curved in a secretive smile, her hand resting on a familiar jacket, Ethan's. I scrolled up, my breath hitching. Messages stretched back weeks. "Meet me tonight. She's driving me crazy. You're the only one who gets me." Each word was a knife, carving away the life I thought we had. He'd been with her while I sat by Mia's bed, while I prayed for our daughter's heart to keep beating. He'd mocked my worry, my pain, while he texted her, laughed with her, betrayed me. I wanted to wake him, to scream, to throw the phone at his head. But Mia stirred, her small whimper pulling me back. I set the phone down, my hands trembling, and leaned over her, brushing a damp curl from her forehead. She was my anchor now, not him. The next morning, Ethan woke with a yawn, oblivious to the storm inside me. I waited until the nurse left, until it was just us and the hum of machines. "Who's Lauren?" I asked, my voice steady despite the fire in my chest. His face went still, his eyes darting to his phone. "What?" "I saw the texts, Ethan. Don't lie to me." He opened his mouth, closed it, then laughed, a sharp, bitter sound. "You went through my phone. That's low, Claire. Low." I stepped closer, my voice rising despite myself. "You're screwing someone else while our daughter fights for her life. You mocked me for caring, for fighting while you were." I choked on the words, tears burning my eyes. He stood, his face hardening. "You don't get it, do you? I'm suffocating. You're obsessed with Mia, with this hospital, with playing the perfect mom. I needed something for me. For you." I laughed, a broken, jagged sound. "Our daughter might die, Ethan. And you needed something for you." He flinched, but his jaw set, defiant. "Lauren listens. She doesn't make me feel like a failure every second." I stared at him, the man I'd loved, and saw only cowardice. But I wasn't done. I leaned closer, my voice low, venomous. "You think you're the victim here. I've been holding our family together while you chased some fantasy. But here's the truth, Ethan. You're not her father anymore. You lost that the moment you chose Lauren over Mia's life." His face paled, his mouth opening, but no words came. For the first time he looked small, exposed, stripped of his excuses. I turned back to Mia, her tiny chest rising and falling, and made a silent vow. I'd fight for her, with or without him. And when she woke, I'd be the one she saw, the one who stayed.